Hi, everybody. If there's anybody there, hi, hello. I think I'm on my own at the moment, but no doubt someone will join me very soon. I'll see who's the first one. Oh, I've got a thumbs up, so somebody's around and about. Let's see who's going to say hello first this week. Nobody yet. Oh, yeah, Esther. The hand is still painful. It's getting there, but it's still painful. I'm actually crocheting today very, very slowly, but I am attempting to crochet. Hi, Joybird. Is it Joybird or Jaybird? Joybird. Hi there. Yeah, I'm crocheting hats. Only basic hats. It's the knit club that I go to on a Wednesday. They are making like shoe boxes up. I don't know quite who for, what for, but I'm making just basic hats. Where we're going? Just basic hats. I have to sew all the ends in yet because it wouldn't be me if there wasn't the ends hanging. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Well, hello, I've got 9 people in. I've got 4 thumbs up, so I'm improving, getting there. Ah, dear. No Nathan as yet. He's usually one of the first ones in, isn't he? Nathan or Chris, yeah. But so far, not. I'm just doing basic hats. They're all kind of turning out the same size, really. I was trying to make them different sizes, but for some reason or other, they're all turning out to be the same size. Still. Oh, thank you, Gail. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, but, you know, we do our best, don't we? My ball of wool's gone all the way around the leg of the table. Don't you just hate it when it does that? Hi, Val. You know, your wool's got all the way in the world to go, and it always goes round the table leg or the chair leg, doesn't it? Always goes round there. Still. Oh, the worst of all is granny squares. When you've got all, I mean, I know you can crochet over all the granny squares. Hi, Nathan. But I never do, and then I've got millions of ends to sew in when I do granny squares, yeah. Hi, Sean. How you doing? Oh, excuse me. Got a hiccup there. I've got a very orange lipstick on. It was the only one I had in the house in here. I didn't want to go back into the bedroom just to put some lippy on. So how is everybody? Are you all happy? Is everybody happy? Yeah, bet your life we are. What is it? Today's Monday. Today's Monday. Monday's washing day. Tuesday's... Oh, I can't remember all the rest. I know about frogging the eyelash yarn. If you remember, all the stitches came off the needles when I was knitting eyelash yarn, and I couldn't pick them up. So I had to unravel it all and start all over again. Hence, I lost yards and yards of the stuff because it just snaps when you try to undo it. As you will have found out, Sean. Hi, Christine. Hi, Munchkin. The hand's improving, but it's still got its painful minutes. I can't grip anything still. I'm just crocheting some basic hats. It's for the knit club. As I said, they're doing some shoe boxes. I don't know quite when, probably for Christmas, but they're probably starting early. They wanted mittens and hats. Not so sure about the mittens bit in the crochet, but we shall see. Hi, Lisa. We shall see what we shall see. So at the moment, I'm just going round and round doing very, 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 very basic hats. Nothing posh at all, yeah. You bought a job lot for 25, went to wind it, but it was all doubled. Oh, gosh. That's not good. You need two people, one winding at each end, don't you? Can't you persuade G that it's a fun idea to help Mum to wind the wool up? Or wait until your mum visits and give her a ball and say, yeah, Mum, wind this up. Hi, Craft Knit Sew. How are you doing? I've just lit my fire. I was freezing before. I have to keep my eye on it because I've only got wood on it at the moment, so wood burns quite quickly. So I need to keep my eye on it, make sure it doesn't die down for a bit. I might need to put another couple of logs on before long. When my son lights it, he lights it with coal at the bottom, but when I light it, I can only do it with logs. So I did it with logs and they burn very quickly. But it's better than being cold, and I was freezing before. You know me, I feel the cold very badly. I feel the cold, yeah. It's been horrendous here this week, absolutely horrendous. We've had high tides, we've had the wind, we've had everything. Couldn't go up the seafront because they closed the gates, the barriers onto the seafront, because the waves were that bad, they were coming over the top. And it washed up such a lot of debris. I did manage to go up the seafront on Monday up towards Fleetwood, but I was dodging big boulders kind of thing, bits of wood and everything. So it was quite a hairy ride all the way to Fleetwood on the seafront. But going up the main road, it's terrible because I think I've mentioned to you before, there's never any dipped curbs. So it's like looking for somebody's driveway to go down, yeah. I have got a different scooter, by the way. I haven't done any YouTube videos to update you all because I just haven't been in the mood, to be quite frank. They came and picked up my other scooter on Wednesday, was it? Was it Wednesday? Tuesday? Wednesday? They picked up my other scooter anyway. They've taken it away. It's got a design fault. Apparently there's something wrong with the tracking, something wrong with the wheels. So it's had to go away to have all the four tyres and the wheels taken off it. It's had to be jacked up. They're doing something with the suspension or the chassis or whatever it is they're going to do and sort that out. Then they're going to put new tyres on it and then bring it back again next week sometime. So at the moment, I've got a lone scooter. Not the Lone Ranger, I've got a lone scooter. It's very, very similar to the one I've got. So I did manage to get down to Knit Club on Wednesday with it, but I had to go down the main road, as I think I've said. The sea was... It's the highest tide they've had since 1977 or something. Hi, Ethan. So it was pretty grim, yeah. Pretty grim. Ow, 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 my hand hurts. This crocheting is not going to be done for long because it's hurting my wrist. It's this business. I tension my yarn with my left hand. So as I'm doing it, I'm moving my wrist like that all the time. And that hurts like mad. But I can't sit here and do nothing. It just drives me up the wall. But I think I might have to go and find my knitting because this is really hurting my wrist. I'll finish the end of the row and then I'll find my knitting. It's only just round the corner there. So what are you all doing tonight? What are you all crocheting, knitting, sewing, crafting, weaving, spinning? What are you all doing tonight? No, I'm going to have to stop. I'm not even going to finish this row. It is hurting my wrist like something mad. I am getting so fed up with this hand. I really am. It's making me absolutely miserable. It's little. You can hardly see anything wrong with it now. Can you see it all? But it is absolutely hurting like mad. You've designed a new hat pattern. Is it knitted? Oh, knitting, yeah. I didn't see that bit. Sorry, craft. Oh. You knitted a sweater, you usually only crochet. I crochet most of the time, as you know, but it's really hurting my wrist. You're making a California king bedspread. Oh my God, be with you. Oh dear me. I've had to put my mitten back on. It's hurting my wrist. Another folk hat. Hi Connie. You're lurking for a while. Yeah, I wish I could lurk. But if I was lurking too, nobody'd be talking, would they? Got my Manchester Bee mug, but it's running a bit faint now. My friend made it for me, but it's wearing off. And I don't have a dishwasher, so it's just wearing off with ordinary wear. I'll get me knitting and see if I can do a bit of knitting, because my hand's just hurting like hell. I'm so impatient. I want it to be right now. I don't want it to hurt anymore. I've had enough. It's what, 2-3 weeks now, near enough? My right hand was no trouble at all. It was functional right from almost the first day. But this left hand, it's just not right at all. I'm just hoping it's a success. It's not a failure. Oh, well, hopefully. Give it another few weeks. But you know me, impatient Annie. I can't sit here doing nothing. It drives me up the wall. Oh, dearie me, Sean. You are having a good time of it, aren't you, lately? Yeah. I'll tell your bloods to behave themselves. Give them a stern talking to, make them stand in the corner and write some lines. Yeah, that we used to do when we was at school. I must not misbehave. Do you remember doing that at school, people? Yeah. I think he didn't. I don't know. It's hurting at my wrist here where he didn't go. Yeah. You can always send me a picture, Christine. You can send me an email picture. I can't look at it right now, but I can look at it later. Yeah. It's taking me all my time to knit plain at the moment, knit a row and purl a row. It's any action, you know, that involves, well, this wrist, doing that business or that gripping. I can't grip with it. Definitely can't bend it, splay it or bend it backwards. Can't do that. And when I come to grip anything, it's like, oh, because it shoots a pain, you know, right up there. Oh, I sound as I'm a bit whingy, don't I? I'm that way inclined this week, yeah. Oh, God, Sean, I wish they'd sort you out, girl. It's not fun. There's me whining about my hand. But it does you good, doesn't it, sometimes to have a bit of a whine, yeah. doesn't do anything, except it kind of makes you feel a bit better when you have a whinge. Yeah. You know, when you do an old woe is me for about 10 minutes, it does actually make you feel better. Even though nobody's listening, it does make you feel better. All I get is, you're being too impatient. Maybe you should wait a week or two. I don't do patience. I don't do it at all. I'm not good with patience. It's not one of my strong points. Oh, it ate them out. Oh, good. Fur and all. Oh, no. Hopefully you'll find the mouse somewhere buried in the house. Hopefully it didn't eat it. You've been ordered to the doctor's office. Yes, sir. Don't you hate it when you get ordered anything? Ordered anywhere. Ooh. Just looking at the fire, it's still burning bright. Fire, fire, burning bright. He's very predator. I had a cat like that. Fortunately, the dogs have never wanted to nibble anything, thankfully. I had a cat that used to bring me presents. Half dead mice, half dead birds, and then he would drop them in the front room and they would run everywhere or fly everywhere. Yeah, I don't like needles. They can never get any blood. They say, have you been drinking water? You've not been drinking water, have you, Janet? Next time you come, will you drink a pint of water before you come? I would do that, but I would probably want the bathroom on the way up here because it's a long run on my scooter. And I don't think that the seafront people would like me to stop and have a rest break in the middle of the seafront. So maybe I should take the pint of water with me. Mind you, it wouldn't have got through my bloodstream, would it then? I'm always being told off because I don't drink enough. I don't. I'll drink coffee, but that's like a diuretic. It's not a diuretic. What is it? It stops you, doesn't it? It dries you up. Coca-Cola's a diuretic with me. If I drink Coca-Cola, I'm up and down all night. And I've got a cola to drink. There was no orange left in the fridge, so I had to have a cola. See, never mind. Right, I need to find my needles. Need to find, not the kind of needles you're talking about, Charlotte. My knitting needles. Oh. And my wood's dropping down. It's still all right for a bit. It's all right for a bit. Oh. my needles, my veins go under see a needle. They go in the opposite direction when they see a needle. They go, gone in hiding. Right, I'm knitting. I have knitted a bit. Get my needles out. I am knitting. I know you always want to know what I'm knitting, don't you? I'm knitting a cardigan. It's a Stylecraft Special, I think, pattern. Is it Stylecraft? It just says Special Chunky, but I think it's Stylecraft. Not this particular pattern. This is a chunky one. It just says it's special, but I think it doesn't say Stylecraft, which is unusual. But I'm knitting it in Stylecraft anyway. I'm knitting it in Stylecraft trendsetter chunky, which is got a little bit of lurex in, if you can see. A little bit of sparkle. A little bit of sparkle in my life. A little bit of sparkly. Ooh. My necklace here. Oh, I used my left hand and I shouldn't have done. It hurt. I'll show you in a minute, Shad. When I recover from hurting my hand. It's red and black because it's going with the black cardigan and the red dress. So that's what it is today. Oh, that hurt my hand. Yeah, so it's Stylecraft Trendsetter Chunky. I don't even know if they still make it because guess where it was? In my shed. Yeah. I went in to find something to do, not wanting to spend more money on wool, although it's very tempting. I like to buy new wool, of course I do. But, you know, these things I don't want to buy any more at the moment when I've got a shed full. It's just that you like new stuff, don't you? You like new colours, you like new things. You like some new yarn to inspire you, don't you? I mean, I'm using up odd balls to make these hats with, hoping that I will use up some of the bits and pieces, you know, the part balls that you get left over. That cupboard behind me there is full of, well, the bottom half of it is full of part balls, half balls, bits, yeah. So I'm hoping to use some of them up making these hats for shoe boxes. I don't know where they get sent. They get sent somewhere, yeah. I could do that, yeah. I could get her to do that for me, yeah. The knit club I go to, they sew a lot more than they knit, and they've all got rooms like me, but full of fabric. I don't sew, really. But we could do with having a swap, you know, we could shop in each other's rooms. Do a barter and exchange, you know, instead of parting with money. Right, if I give you this, you give me that, yeah. Like the good old days, yeah. Where we used to do things without money. I was just saying today that what I'm missing here is like, do you remember the old-fashioned night school where you used to like to be able to go and learn a new craft? You used to be able to learn sewing, winemaking, photography, flower arranging and everything. Well, when I retired, I thought to myself, I'm going to do all of that. So I went to the library to find out, what I could do. Oh, we've stopped all of that now. The council doesn't have any money. It's a shame, isn't it? You know, you look online and they say, I've got this course and that course, £100 for so many days, £85 for a 3-day course, and they're never anywhere near. So you cost, you know, taxi to get there and back again and there and back again for about, that'd be like 6 taxi fares, wouldn't it? Besides paying for the 3-day course or something. But there's never anything like local, you know, where you could learn things. I'd like to learn a new craft or something like that. I'm not saying sew my own clothes, but, you know, something different rather than the knitting or the crochet. It just would be nice. I was really looking forward to that when I retired. I thought, I'm going to learn all these different things at night school. because they used to have, pensioners' exchange rates where it didn't cost as much, per session to join these things. But it stopped it all when I retired. So all my plans went awry. And I did spend today actually looking if there was any classes anywhere for anything. But of course, they're all paid for classes. £100 for this, £85 for that, Still, never mind. It's all to do with money, you're right, Nathan. Nobody's got any money. Councils have never got any money. Oh, bye, Shard. The fish are calling you. What do they call you? Hope they don't call you anything rude, Shad. Yeah, when I knit, I don't seem to move my wrist quite as much as I do when I'm crocheting. But I can only knit very slowly. And I don't know why, but this pattern starts with 2 fronts. Usually I like to do the back first because it's the biggest bit, isn't it? So while you're enthusiastic, best to get the big bit over with. But this pattern starts with the 2 fronts. Well, I think it's all to do with money, isn't it? I mean, they used to use schools, didn't they, at one time? Schools in the evening. They used to use them for night school. I mean, I've been to a few things. I went to wine making once, many years ago, obviously. And I went to sewing, and I went to something else. I went to machine knitting one time. Machine knitting classes. And they were all very reasonable. It was only a few pounds. But now, there's nothing. I suppose they can't get the tutors. Yeah, night school once a week it was. That's where I used to go for sewing, yeah. But it was very helpful because if you got stuck, with a waistband, or you got stuck putting a zip in or something, there was always somebody there who could help you. But I learned a lot with machine knitting, actually going to classes once a week, yeah. I've got a knitting machine. It was one that was given to me, but it wants a good clean, and it's in the shed, so it's not been the weather, has it, to go out there to actually start cleaning the machine up, That'd be something different for me to show you, wouldn't it? I haven't had any incentive just this last couple of weeks because I've not been doing anything. And my hand's been hurting, and I just haven't been in the mood for making a video. Because I didn't want to make one where I was just like, all the way through it, Still, I don't know how these people do these one video a day during May or something like that. Takes me all the time to do 2 videos a week. Yes, I'm still going to do the doll's house up, yeah. It's on the pending list of things I want to do. I want to finish tidying up the shed, but I can't do that unless I've got 2 hands. I want to clean the knitting machine. Again, I need 2 hands. And same with the doll's house, really. Somebody said I could paint with 1 hand, but you still need 2, don't you? Actually, I need to get a cloth, to put underneath the doll's house and onto the carpet to make sure that I don't splatter paint anywhere while I'm painting. I don't know whether to start with the inside first, doing the wallpapering and the carpeting, or whether to paint the outside first. I don't know which way round to do it. So while I'm dithering about that, I haven't got any flooring or any paper for the walls. It's so expensive. I'm sure I could buy a roll of wallpaper, but then all the rooms would be the same, wouldn't they? I suppose if I bought, like a patterned wallpaper, and then I could paint each room a different colour, couldn't I? Rather than try, those little wallpapers that they sell for dolls' houses are so expensive. And it's like the flooring, you can buy like imitation tiling. It's just, you'd be better off buying a yard of Fablon or something, that vinyl stuff that you used to cover chests of drawers and things with. You'd be better off buying a yard of that to do all the floors with. The stuff they sell for dolls' houses is always like 3 times the price. For a little piece of wallpaper, yeah. Yeah, you could do with that where you get I think I'll just get a roll of wallpaper that's a bit like, chip paper or whatever you want to call it. Put that on the walls and then just paint them all different colours. Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing? I mean, by the time you finish putting the furniture in, yeah, I wasn't thinking of starting it right now, Val, actually. I was thinking of waiting until summer, till the weather was a bit better. Maybe I could paint the outside of the doll's house outside then when the weather's better. If the weather's ever better. She said, hopefully. Yeah. My friend's just done a video about, going thrifting or whatever you want to call it, charity shopping. And I'm thinking, wow, when are we going to Blackpool? I know you're going away on holiday. Oh, I'm glad you're back up and running. Yeah, I've had a few bits and pieces going wrong. Yeah, the heavens always open here. Mind you, God, it's been wet everywhere, hasn't it? After your holes, I shall hold you to that. I will hold you to that. I'm just dying to go round looking at something. All I ever buy in Cleveland's is scarves. That's all they ever have in my size. Oh, oh dear. I don't need any new clothes. It's just, you like a bit of an update to your wardrobe, don't you, every now and again? All I ever update is my cardigans and my sweaters, really. I need to go through some of them because they're all, well, not all past the best. A lot of them are a bit past the best. A bit fluffety and a bit, yeah. Oh, let me look at me. Oh, my fire needs wood. Hang on a minute. That's the last 2 pieces of wood without going outside. That's what I'm wearing. A long red dress with a black cardi over the top. Hence the red and black beads to try and coordinate. 12 by 12. I'd probably have to get 2 for each room, wouldn't I? I don't think we've got a works. I don't think we have a works here. I'm not sure. We We have something that sells papers and stuff, but I don't think it's the works. It's only a little shop anyway. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. It's either that or I buy a roll of wallpaper and just paint it all in different colours. That would probably be the best. Oh, they have one at Cleveland's, do they? The works. I'll have to have a look. I haven't been in there. I go past it, but I haven't been in there. In actual fact, I don't usually go past it because having the scooter, it's on the narrow part of the pavement. And, you know, you cause havoc if you park your scooter outside the works because nobody can get past you. That's the problem with having a big scooter. And the pavements are narrow, you can't get anywhere with it. So I tend to stay on the opposite side of the road where it's wider. Ooh. Maybe I shall get there one day. One day my prince will come. He's a flipping long time coming. I think he's got lost. He's not a prince anymore now. He'll be some old dodgy old man. He's been coming that long. Hey ho, and the merry will be. Yeah, well, I put the last 2 pieces of wood on the fire. It should last. At least it's warm in here now. It was freezing before. I do feel the cold. Something cruel, I feel the cold. I'm sure I never used to. I mean, it's mid-April now. We should be feeling it better now. It should be coming up for spring. Shouldn't be needing the fire. Yeah, thumbs up, everybody. Thank you. What is it they say? Thumbs up and subscribe and tell all your friends. Hey. I don't know what's up with me. I've just been in my bed most of the fortnight. I've just been so tired all the time. T-O-T, tired all the time. No, T-A-T, isn't it? Tired all the time. I've got TAT syndrome. I sit watching something on the telly and then I miss it because I've gone to sleep. Right old dodger anymore now. I used to laugh at my mum and dad when they used to nod off, you know, when they were watching things, yeah. I thought I've turned into them. Turned into a noddy. Yeah, I know I've got SAD. I've got a light. I keep thinking I'm going to plug the flipping thing in. I can't get it to work. I've actually asked my friend and she couldn't get it to work either. It's an alarm clock that comes on and it just doesn't work. I've got a light, but you just put that on. You can't control it. The other one was on a timer. It was like an alarm clock. It used to wake you up with bird song and the light coming brighter and brighter and brighter. But sadly, it doesn't work. So I've got another light that's just a light that you plug in. But that light is on or it's off. It doesn't come on its own. Yeah. I suppose I could turn it on when I'm waking up in the morning. It's supposed to get light to your brain and wake you up. I definitely suffer with the SAD, though. I'm as miserable as can be in the winter. I only liven up when the sun comes out, and that's not very often. I keep telling you I was meant to be born somewhere different. Although I don't want to go and live abroad. I don't want to do that. Especially with all the troubles that they have like in Spain and places. That's my phone keep dithering at me. What's it telling me now? Oh, it'll be something and nothing. You can bet your boots on that. Passionate Kelsey is crocheting live, making videos. No, making orders, I beg your pardon. Must be nice to have an order. Ephraim has added to his story for the first time in a while. Diane has posted on a trip down memory lane. Israel shut down by messages, a cyber attack. Oh, you get fed up of reading these things, don't you? Absolutely. I hate the news. Every time you turn it on, it's something horrible, isn't it? It's no wonder we're all a bit depressed, is it? I bet you're all tickety-boo, aren't you? Is it just me? You know, I want the sun to shine. I want to be able to put a nice dress on. I want to be able to go out without my coat. I want to sit on the seafront and the sunshine, be warm. Not too much to ask, is it? You're always trying to cheer yours up. Yeah, I mean, I need to plug mine in. It might work if I plugged it in. You've reminded me it's actually in the other room. I need to plug it in. I think you press buttons. Oh, I know. And they found a little baby, haven't they, in Wigan? A little baby deceased in Wigan. Oh. It's every time I put the news on, there's something horrible. I know it's been wet for months, hasn't it? It's not just here, it's everywhere seems to be wet, except people in America who've got the drought. Or I've got cousins in Australia who are telling me how hot it is, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. I know, we need a sense of humour, don't we? Because it's miserable, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was on the news today, Val, about it. We found a baby. It's Good News Week. That wasn't a good song, was it, if you remember? Can't remember the rest of it, but it wasn't a good song. It wasn't cheerful. Perhaps we should all start singing I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I think I am, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Oh, don't worry, be happy. It would be a lot more cheerful if we were allowed to put some music on. Oh, on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, I don't know about that though, Val. As long as nobody starts talking to somebody about their holiday, we'll be fine. Or the electric meter. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oh gosh, the telly's depressed. Yeah, there's not any good programs that you can look forward to anymore. They're either all repeats or the horrible dramas, which I don't mind a good drama, but some of these are too dark, aren't they? And scary type drama. They were just saying that the other day. Somebody was saying, I can't remember who, there's no good series and comedy series anymore like there used to be. in the 60s, 70s, 80s even. You know, all the good programs that there were. And they were all really good series of comedy type programs, weren't they? But now, I can't think of one that's even halfway funny. Unless it's just me that doesn't get the humour. Yeah, the two Ronnies and, you know, It Ain't Half Hot Mum and things like that. You know, Dad's Army, Porridge, stuff like that. You know, Up in All Hours. They were brilliant programmes, and now we've got absolutely nothing. The Thornbirds, that was on again. Not long ago, yeah. Yeah, Are You Being Served? Yeah, you know. And Mrs. Bouquet. They were all brilliant programmes, weren't they? But what is there on now? There is nothing that's remotely funny. Yeah, Heidi High, The Good Life. Yeah, we had all of those programmes, didn't we? Can you tell me one that's on now that's any use whatsoever? Last of the Summer Wine, yeah. The last one I thought was any good was Peter Kay when he was in the car, you know, driving to work. That was the last one that was remotely funny. I can't think of any of the ones now. Yeah, it's all reality rubbish now, isn't it? You know, Big Brother and all that. It's Essex and stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to know, Sean. It's too scary to even think about it. Yeah, Birds of a Feather. They were just all such good programmes, weren't they? What have we got now? Tell me one programme that's remotely funny now. When did you last have a good belly laugh? You know, watching something on the telly. If you weren't watching a repeat and you weren't watching an old programme. Oh, please, Sean, don't tell me. I wish they'd all stop it. Live and let live and stop being... it's scary. Being dragged into things. We'll be dragged into things next. Yeah. It doesn't bear thinking. I won't watch the news anymore. I can't tell you the last time I watched the news. I used to religiously put it on every night, 6 o'clock news, but now I don't want to know. Yeah, they all want to be better than each other, don't they? They all want to prove supremacy and all that jazz. I just wish they'd all stop it. It's scary. I think I'm an ostrich. I just want to stick my head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. I want to turn the telly on and watch a really good comedy programme, which there isn't any. Then I wouldn't have to think about such things. The good programmes don't last long enough, like we had Vera, didn't we? She only did three programmes, 4 programmes? I know they were 2 hours long, but still wasn't enough. Call the Midwife stopped. What else did I watch? That one in the Caribbean, Paradise thing, that stopped. I was watching Jonan. Darby and Joan, that's stopped. You watching, excuse me, you watching I Love Lucy? We haven't got anything to watch now. Yeah, Call the Midwife stopped. Vera stopped. Paradise Thing stopped. Darby and Joan stopped. At the moment, all I'm watching is, oh, what's it called now? Whitstable Pearl or something. Whitstable Pearl I'm watching at the moment. And Beyond Paradise. That's the only two I'm watching at the minute. There's nothing else to watch. We've all stopped. Have you noticed they all stop at once, don't they? You've got a choice of about 5 different things, and then boom, they all stop at once. And then there's nothing for weeks and weeks and weeks till something good starts up again. I don't like these scary psycho things that they keep putting on these days. I don't mind a mystery, a nice good mystery or something, but not psycho. Too deep for me. I don't like that sort of stuff. But I don't like reality shows. I do not like The Only Way is Essex and all that stuff. There's no good programmes really in the summer. They change them all, don't they? I go through the Radio Times thinking there's got to be something. There's got to be something. What am I missing? Repair Shop. I've seen it before, but I'll watch it again. I've now got desperate. I'm watching Repair Shop Australia. That's how desperate I've become now. Yeah, it's getting desperate, isn't it, Gail, when you have to watch Repair Shop Australia, yeah. Accident and Emergency Australia, yeah. We're even honing in on their programmes now. Because I don't watch the soaps. I don't watch Coronation Street and all that jazz. Don't watch them. I certainly don't watch reality shows. I do not care about who's in Love Island or Big Brother or anything. I don't care about any of them. The Only Way is Essex. Well, yeah, I've been watching YouTube, but you find it, I'm struggling a bit. I've even been watching little houses being done up and going around people's houses on YouTube. I'm getting desperate, Val. I'm getting desperate to watch something. And I go on BBC, not BBC iPlayer, I go on ITVX or something, or I go on Freeview or something. And then I find that the ones I want to watch, you have to pay so much an episode. And I'm like, no, 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 not paying. I pay my BBC TV licence, that's bad enough. 100 and something pound for the privilege of watching drivel. But if you don't have one, woe betide if you don't have one. I've been going down rabbit holes watching all sorts of weird things on YouTube, yeah. Weird, weird, weird things. I keep watching Street Views in Milan. It's like people watching, and they're so fashionable people watching. I just put that on in the background and sit and do my knitting or my crochet while I watch all these beautiful people walking past with the dogs in Milan. Yeah, you go down a rabbit hole, you start watching something, and then it recommends you all these other things, doesn't it? So you finish up going somewhere where you'd never been before, like renovating a van into a tiny house, and you think, why am I watching this? There is no way I'm ever going to go and live in a tiny house. Why am I watching this? Or you finish up going round some celebrity's house, you know, where your whole house would fit in their sitting room, yeah. It's like when you type crochet in, it brings you up all these weird things. It never brings you up what I call the popular people that do crochet, the ones I actually do want to watch. I've got to try and remember what they're called. I mean, I've got a subscriptions list on my PC, but I don't on my telly. So if you type crochet, it brings you all sorts of stuff up that you don't want to watch. I mean, I'm not into amigurumis and blankets, so that rules half of the videos out for a start off, doesn't it? I'll be watching gardening programmes soon, won't I? I don't know why I like watching Alan Titchmarsh and things like that when I can't garden to save my life. I don't like putting my hands in the earth, and no, don't like getting my hands dirty and grubbing about in the soil like my friend does. Char's being very prolific. She's growing all sorts. I'm kiss of death with the plant, me. I like watching T. Meyer, she's called. Myers, T. Meyer. She makes everything frilly. She buys all this stuff in the charity shops and puts lace and tablecloths and sew it all up. And she makes bags, like bohemian type bags. She makes all them. But she's always got in her stash loads and loads of doilies that she cuts up and lace and tablecloths and that. She must have a room full of fabric much bigger than yours or Sue's, because she's always got loads, and she's always dyeing things with tea and coffee and stuff. Oh dear. And she finishes up wearing something that looks like a tablecloth. I don't know why I start watching her, but I do. I don't mind the bohemian bags because she does make them really nice, but you wouldn't have all that stuff on hand. You wouldn't have yards and yards of trimming and fringing and stuff. Well, you other people might, but I wouldn't have things in my stash, yards of fringe and roses that you cut up out of she cuts out of a curtain or something. Oh dear. I wouldn't wear anything that frilly, Val. No, I'd like the bohemian bags she makes. Yes, I would like those. But no, I don't have all the lace and the doilies and the fringe and the stuff that she uses. It'd cost me a fortune to go out and buy them, even in the charity shop, if they had them in the charity shop, yeah. I like watching Crafty Nana when she's in the UK. She's in Malaysia at the moment. She goes charity shopping in the UK. She goes all over the place. She always finds such fantastic. Yeah, T. Myers. Yeah, all one word. It's a little T. T. Myers. Yeah, yeah. Crafty Nana. When she's in the UK, she goes all Wales and down south and places. She gets the most fantastic bargains. She pays. But at the moment, she's in Malaysia and she goes to a place called Japan. No, Jalang, Japan, where she gets things for 10 ringgits, which is about £2 or something. And I'm looking there thinking, I can't find anything like that wherever I go anywhere. If I took you all charity shopping, you'd be very disappointed. I'd come out with a scarf or something, yeah. Because that's the only thing in there that fits. The scarf fits me. A vase or a vase, whichever you want to call it, would fit me. Clothes? No. Yeah, she buys nighties and housecoats, Val, and she trims them all up and makes them. It looks like, what's she called? Oh Lord, what's she called? We used to sing. She used to wear wedding dresses and stuff. Not Chrissy. Oh, I'll think of her name in a minute. Fleetwood Mac she used to sing with. She used to wear all these frilly dresses and wedding dresses and stuff on stage. I love her style of clothing. She always used to dress like I would like to dress. If Chris was on here, he'd know who I was talking about because he always knows everything. I think he reads my mind, I think. She was a singer with Fleetwood Mac. She had her own style of clothes. Everything was always frilly and I'll think of her name in a minute or I'll Google it on my phone. You've got it, Amanda. Stevie Nicks, that's the one. Yeah. T. Myers, she dresses in the style of Stevie Nicks, but frillier. She makes everything with lace and frills and stuff. I used to love watching what Stevie Nicks wore. Yeah. She was my kind of girl with a dress sense. I think I'm stuck in the Woodstock era. I think I would have been at home at Woodstock if I'd have been in America. Oh, my hand's hurting again. Have to stop, have to stop. Oh my God, Iran launches drones. Oh, go away, go away, go away. Don't tell me things like that. I don't want to know. Especially if you're going to wake me up in the middle of the night. Lord. Yeah, I love boho. Anything to do with boho and purple and red and all the jewel colours like peacock greens and things like that. I love that. I love dream catchers and things like that. Embroidered vests. Sofas made of patchwork silk. I love all that sort of stuff. I belong to some Facebook pages called Bohemian this and that, and they are, oh, I just love it. If ever I won a load of money and I had the power to have a designer come in, All the white furniture, gone. Everything that's painted and bright colours and, you know, a bit like Frida Kahlo and stuff. That would be all in, you know, if I had an interior designer. There wouldn't be a bit of white or beige in the whole house. Not even in the bathroom. And definitely no grey. It'd be one of those houses where you walked in and banged your head on things dangling off the ceiling, yeah. Wind chimes. Everywhere. Tinkling. I think my wind chimes outside are broken because they don't tinkle anymore. All the high winds. Oh, no IKEA. Definitely no IKEA, Munchkin. IKEA would be banished. I am not. I've got loads of stuff of IKEA. I'm not an IKEA girl at all. There would not be a pastel colour in the whole of my house. I love looking at sort of strange people who live very sort of wacky, you know, when they have like kimonos up on the wall and stuff. There's a lady called, I think she's called Sipora, something or other. She's got like a Japanese or a Chinese kimono up on the wall as a decoration. And then there's another lady who makes really clunky jewellery out of all sorts of things. I mean, they'd probably weigh you over. You'd probably be like that, hunchback wearing them because they're so big. But they're fantastic. Right, let me open my Coca-Cola. Well, my roller cola, I should say. Now, IKEA has the most boring furniture in the world, isn't it? Chipboard City, IKEA. Or are we supposed to say IKEA now? Not IKEA. Right, that's my tin of roller cola. Roller cola, zero sugar. And I have got milk chocolate honeycomb today. So I'll be crunching a lot because it's very hard, this. It's not like crunchies. I probably have no teeth left. Do you ever watch these people, though, who live in these tiny spaces and you think, where do they put their clothes? Where do they put their stuff? They must only have about 2 pairs of jeans and 2 t-shirts, I've decided. And half of them don't have a washing machine. Now, you try and find a laundrette in the UK. Yeah, van dwellers. They've got no showers, have they? No toilets. What do they do? I mean, in America, places like Walmart and that, they have bathrooms, don't they, with toilets and showers and stuff like that. Can you imagine that in the UK? You'd never find anywhere, would you? You couldn't go up to a service station to find a toilet every time you wanted a wee, could you? I could never live anywhere without a bathroom. Yeah, these people who convert. I mean, I can understand if they convert like an American school bus. I can understand that. Where they've got proper beds and they've got like proper bathrooms and kitchens and stuff. But these people who live in a little tiny van, that's got no facilities whatsoever. Be all right for a weekend or something, wouldn't it? Where you didn't have to wash your clothes. But yeah, they have kids and dogs and everything, don't they? Some of them run the businesses. Well, I don't know what they do, internet businesses. They obviously make more money off YouTube than I've ever done. I would starve if I had to, really. Oh, God, yeah. These tiny houses where you have to go up a little rickety ladder, like, and sleep with your nose against the ceiling on a on a landing. But oh, God, no, not when you're getting old. It must be fun when you're young, but not when you're elderly. Yet so many people live like in trailers and God knows what, don't they? Oh, I'm a creature comfort person. I could only live in one of those great big things that has a bathroom and a kitchen and everything. Yeah, in America they have these massive things, don't they? They look like buses. Huge things they are. With slide outs, don't they? And proper bathrooms that you hook up to the electric and stuff like that. Yeah, US have got the roads. Can you imagine bringing an American great big thing like that over here? You never get down half of the roads. Our roads are like your country lanes. They're our roads, yeah. My son's got a camper van that they use, but it's only, small and that. You don't link it up, I don't think, to the mains and stuff. I'm not a camping kind of person. I never have been. Tents and all that jazz. I only camped for a weekend once with a tent when I was very much younger, and long before I was married. Oh, that was enough for me. It rained. It rained in the tent. And you couldn't cook in the tent. You had to try to cook your breakfast outside in the rain. And oh, no. I thought, this is camping. That's the end of my camping. And I've never been since. I'd only be about, 20 or something like that. My one and only time under canvas. Been caravanning, that was bad enough. But my mum had a caravan, yeah. Hiya, Jill. Oh, I'd never get on the ground now, Jill. You know, Gail, when you have to get down on the ground to them. Even a blow-up mattress, I'd never get up off the floor. You might get me glamping if they had a proper bed inside. You know, raised up off the ground. Otherwise, I'd never get up. I can't. Once I'm on the floor, that's me done. Can't get out. Can't get up. Even on the beach, you used to think nothing, did you, putting a blanket on the beach and sitting on that? I'd never get up. I'd be there on the beach, the tide would be coming in, washing over me. I'd still be sitting there because I couldn't get up. I mean, even 10, 12 years ago when I went to Skiathos, I was laid out one of those sun lounger things, you know, on the beach. Couldn't do it now. I'd never get up off it. No, I'm on the floor. Well, the last time I tripped up, if you remember. Oh, hot. I've just lit the fire, Joe. It's freezing here again. I'm never warm, as you know. I've got this freezing gene. I don't think I've got blood flowing through my veins. I think I've got ice water. Our grass will need mowing, but it's so wet. I don't mow it myself, but I mean, it's either my son or my daughter-in-law that mows it, but it's wet through. It's rained so much, the grass will be, it just won't mow. The lawnmower will just churn it all up and chomp it. You're nursing a headache, yeah. I keep getting a tension headache. I'm only happy when I'm in bed these days. I'm nice and warm and my headache goes away. I can't do the vacuuming. It hurts my hands so much, my arms. This carpet in here needs vacuuming, but adulting is when you pretend to be an adult, you stop being childish. I'm 78 and I'm still childish. I've not been an adult yet. At what age do you officially become an adult? Because I've not reached it yet. My brain thinks I can still do childish things and stuff and run around, and then my body says, ha ha ha, you are joking. Get back in your box. Yeah, I lie in bed plotting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the other. And then my brain said, oh, no, you're not. Yeah, it's hard on your back hoovering, and it's also hard on my hand because my hoover's got the weight of it, on the stick bit. So when you're pushing it, along, you're like holding the weight really on your hand, because that's where the dust bit is. It's on your handle. Stupid Hoover I bought. I thought it would be lightweight, but it isn't really. You're better off pushing the weight than holding the weight on your hand. I left my great big old Hoover when I moved, and it was a brilliant Hoover. It was old-fashioned, it was really, really heavy, but it picked up everything. Dog hair, everything got picked up. And I left it behind. I must have been crazy. I'd had it from being married. It was a really old-fashioned Hoover. Yeah, modern Hoovers, everything gets stuck, you know, in the bristles, doesn't it? And you're there with scissors trying to cut all the hair that's fastened all around these bristles. Looks very red. It's more maroon, actually. I was crocheting before, but I had to put it down because it was hurting my wrists. I'm making little hats for, well, it's for my knit club. They're filling not matchboxes, shoe boxes or something for some kids. So I'm using my oddments up just to make little plain hats. I don't knit hats, so I'm just hoping that they'll find a use for my crochet ones. I can't go this Wednesday because I'm going out for a meal with the other knit club. So at least I've got another week to make some more hats. Mine all come out the same size, even though excuse me, I try to vary the size. I'm doing another blue because I've got some blue wool, and then I've got some like a pale turquoisey greeny colour to make some. I'll probably make some little more baby size hats with that. I don't want to make them too small because, you know, kids have got bigger heads these days. You know, even babies got bigger heads. I don't even know if they're doing for babies. I never asked. I know they're doing for kiddies, but because I've still got some in the shed, but I couldn't be bothered going out to find them. Yeah. No, I've crocheted the hats. Crocheted them in the round. You can see my San Andreas fault, as he calls it, going up the side there. Now, when I knit hats, which is not very often, I usually knit them on, you know, the 4 needles going round and round because I can't use a circular. Hi, Denise. You know me, I can't knit free. Can't knit loose. I have to knit with a needle under my arm. So that means I can't use circular needles. The way I knit now is like the way that Ephraim knits, with one needle under my arm. I don't know whether you can see on, not the way I knit. I have one needle under the arm, and then I kind of I don't touch the other needle. I just knit along with one hand. But when I knit free, I have to knit like that. And it's so slow to do it that way. I'll be there all day. The Addy machine, it likes American yarn. It doesn't like English double knitting. They come out so small. They're like premature baby hats. And it doesn't like Aran because the Aran's thick and it when you're trying to turn it on. It likes worsted, which is number 4 weight, which we don't have in the UK. So it's definitely an American machine, that Addy. Definitely for Americans. I wish somebody in England would make one for double knitting. The tension's too slack, for double knit. Hi, BB. I can't knit free. I have to knit with my hands not touching the needle. I don't knit with the needles, if you know what I mean. That's why I can't knit continental either, yeah. It's the way you get used to it, isn't it? Everybody knits differently. And as I've said before, I never say anything is right or wrong. Whichever way you're comfortable with, that's the way you do it, yeah. Eric is Val, yeah. They've not had a sex change. She just uses her husband's name. Yeah, Kaz has been working on some on a Aran design, hasn't she? I still see her things appearing on Facebook every now and again. I don't know whether she's back at work or not because she's had she had COVID and then she's had a bad cold and a cough. So I don't know whether she's, back working again or what. She's not been well at all, Jill. She's had COVID and then she's had a bad cough and one thing and another. I don't even know if she's back at work yet. Not heard from Chris today, have we? Perhaps he's cooking his tea. Last time I said that, he said, I'm here. I said hello to you once. Yeah, I have spoken to her occasionally on Facebook, yeah. But she's just not been on here. She may be back at work, because if she's back at work, she works on a Sunday. And that's why we don't see her on here. Last time I messaged her on Facebook, she did answer me, so she's around and about, yeah. She's not gone off us all, you know what I mean? Hi, Yolanda. Can I have some thumbs up, please? I've got 28 thumbs up and 40 people in. I'm knitting a cardigan for me in Chunky. It's in Trendsetter Chunky, which has got a bit of a sparkle to it, a little bit of a sparkle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She might be back at work. She does sometimes pop in, though, when she's been at work, though, just to say hello, doesn't she? She's maybe still got that cough. She's had a cough for weeks now. So maybe she's still got the cough. A lot of people have had that. Is it 100-day cough or something they call it, don't they? Oh, thank you, Jill. Thumbs in the air. Stick your thumb in the air like you don't care. camera's way down now. You're practically seeing up my nose now. I took it off its little thingy-majiggle so you could see me in it. Shad's been on. He's gone fishing. He came on, asked me what my necklace was, and said that the fish were calling to him, and he went. So he has been on, but we just haven't had Chris on yet, as far as I'm aware. Nathan's been on. But no Chris yet. He was on your live, was he? Yep, he's gone fishing. Gone fishing. I should imagine he'd be going fishing a lot now. It's getting better weather. He likes his fishing at the weekends. It's not been my thing, fishing. I did go fishing with somebody when I was younger, but kept getting told off because, of course, I wanted to talk. You're not supposed to talk. And I hadn't took my crochet with me, so I was bored. So that was the end of my fishing. Hi, Lizzie. John was on briefly last week, I think. Or was it the week before? Yeah, Trev popped on last week, but he hasn't been making any videos, Trev. He's been busy doing things with his boat, and he does things with craft fairs, I think, and stuff. You were out walking in the wind, you mad fool. I don't like wind, walking in the wind. It hurts my ears. Got sensitive ears, I got, Lizzie. Well, it was high tide all this week. It's been dreadful on the seafront. It's, the waves have been coming over the top, what they call overtopping. I did put a little video on Facebook, not my video. It was a video from a lady who does the File Coast. She was showing all the waves. They closed the seafront off, so I couldn't go down on my scooter. Not that I'd have wanted to. I went up on Monday up to Fleetwood, and I was dodging all the debris and the logs and stones and things that had been thrown up over the seawall. Crunching my way through everywhere. It didn't. Luckily, it was a hired scooter, so. Oh no, it wasn't my hired scooter on Monday. It was my scooter on Monday, but I knew it was going in for repair, so I wasn't too bothered about wrecking the tyres any more than they already were. No, she doesn't. She's retired, I think, now, Lizzie. She just does these videos, I think. Yeah, she doesn't do them for any reason except for herself, I think, yeah. She just shows what's happening, around and about. There was people on the seafront taking photos of the waves. It must be mental because they were going over their heads. I hope they had waterproof cameras. Wouldn't get me on the seafront. Well, I did accidentally the other week. Got covered by a wave. Thankfully, I had my scooter. But my scooter didn't like being drowned. It was doing a bit of spluttering afterwards, and then it set off on its own, if you remember. Ploughed me into a pole. Now, I went to Cleveland's down the main road, which is a bit bumpy, in the loaned scooter. But on Thursday, I thought, I am not going up to Fleetwood. We got a taxi. But it was so lovely on the Thursday. You would have never thought it had been bad the week. Sun was shining. It was gorgeous. But I just didn't want to risk all the debris, ploughing over the top of it. No, but I got on the seafront going towards Cleveland's. I couldn't have got off again because they'd closed all the metal barriers that stopped you getting off. They don't close them up here where I live, so you can get on, but then you can't get off again unless you turn around and come back again. Hey, Chris, I was just wondering where you was. You've missed Shad. He's gone fishing. He's gone fishing. There's a sign upon his door. I'm knitting, Chris. I've been trying to crochet, but I had to. So the headache. Oh, God, yeah. I get neck headaches. I know it sounds a bit stupid, but I get headaches in the back of my neck. Very annoying. The only way I can get rid of them usually is to lie in bed. It's arthritis in it, on the top of my spine, in my neck. Getting old. What can you expect? I'm going to have to stop in a minute because my hand is starting to hurt. Yeah, neck headache. Thankfully, touch wood, I don't get migraines very often anymore. I used to get 2 or 3 a week at one stage. But it was my medication that was causing it. And once I stopped the medication, the migraines stopped, thankfully. Now it's more like, it's a physical headache, if you know what I mean. It's because of my spine and my neck rubbing together, if you're with me. When you get old, like me, you lose all the little bits of cushioning in between your bones. So they start rubbing together. So every now and again, it's like, oh boy. I'm so glad the migraines, oh God, migraines are awful. I used to feel really, really sick with mine, yeah. Yeah, mine used to make me absolutely sick. And I mean physically sick as well. I used to have to lie in a room in the dark with a wet cloth over my head. They gave me some tablets, and if I caught it right at the beginning and took it, my tablets right at the very beginning, it used to fend it off a bit. But if I didn't take my tablets quick enough and it came on, oh God, it used to take ages to shift it. Even with tablets, it used to take ages to shift it. The trick is to take them just as you're starting it. But you've not always got them in your handbag, or you've not always got access to a drink. You can be out somewhere. Mine used to be ocular, though. I used to lose my vision. And when I used to be a driver back in the day, that was scary. I'd have to stop the car because I couldn't not drive because I couldn't see where I was going. It's the same when I was on my computer at work. I used to tell the, line manager, I've got to go off the computer. I can't stay. I'll have to go in the, the canteen. Well, canteen, the room with the kettle. I can't stay on the desk anymore because I can't see the screen. Right, I've done a bit. That'll have to go down now. My hand's hurting again. If I do too much, I can't sleep then because it keeps me awake half the night. Still only got nails on one hand and no nails on the other. It's like I've got two different hands, isn't it? Cheers. I can't think what drink. Oh, it's many years since they gave me drugs for mine. Yeah, cheers, the Yolanda, cheers. Yeah, it's many, many years since I had drugs for migraine. I can't remember what they were called. They're probably extinct now because it's that long ago. They change, don't they? They change with the years, and I'm losing my bra strap. Excuse me, gentlemen, while I hitch it up. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't always have them with me, or I'd be at work and I could feel it coming on, and I'd just think, oh, I'll see this next person, and then by that time it was like woof, and it was like zigzag lines all across my eye, and oh god, yeah. And I couldn't see half the screen; it would disappear. All I wanted to do was lie down in a darkened room and hopefully try to get to sleep. I think I've had 2 in the last 12 months where I've lost my vision. It's when I've been doing too much on the computer. The computer affects me more than anything, more than the TV, more than anything. It's the computer that affects me. Yeah, I would love to go to a chiropractor again. My neck needs cracking out, and I know it does. When I lived in Manchester, there was a chiropractor just up the road. So I used to save up, and about every 6 months or so, I would go and get my neck cracked out. But round here, they're sort of out of the distance from my scooter. So I'd have to pay, like a taxi there and back and the price of the chiropractor. So it'd be a bit of a dear do. I think they're about £60 now for a session now. And it'd be at least £10 either way, so that's £20. Probably cost me at least £80 to visit a chiropractor. Mine was sort of hormonal. It was when I was on the pill. When I stopped having the pill, they mostly went away. They didn't want me to have HRT because they thought they would come back again, but fortunately they really didn't with the HRT. Must have been a different kind of hormone. I was fabulous when I was on HRT, but they won't give it me. Or they stopped it when I had my spine done. They wouldn't give it me back again. They are brilliant for cracking out your back and cracking out your neck. Come out of there, don't you, feeling inches taller, really free. But then it gradually wears off. I know they say money isn't everything, but it is if it buys your chiropractors and people like that, and dentists and things like that. People who don't have to think, can I afford one, you know? Because they don't come. They don't come on the NHS over here. Physiotherapists over here, they just give you a bit of paper with exercises on and tell you to go home and do it yourself. At one time, physiotherapists used to give you massage and everything when you went NHS, but they don't anymore. Not an awful lot, Munchkin. Oh, they do work, Denise, but the trouble is it wears off. If you had the money to go to see a chiropractor about every 3 months, 6 months, it would be great. But even if you save up, you can't go just once. You've got to see them about at least 2 or 3 times. So if it's like £60 a go, that you're talking 180 plus your taxi there and back, you're talking 200 and odd pounds, which not many pensioners have got these days. Yeah, I should have stopped looking for love years ago, shouldn't I? Should have started looking for a chiropractor or a dentist, something to date, somebody useful, plumber. You know, that's how I should have. Never mind looking for love. I should have looked for a chiropractor. Chiropractor, dentist, plumber, whatever. They can't touch my lower back because of the rod and the pins, but they can do the upper, the shoulder bit in between. And my neck, they can do that bit. They just can't touch the bottom because they might do something to the rod and the pins, so they can't do that bit. As long as it didn't release everything, Jill. Don't want any accidents. Otherwise you'd be wearing your tenor lady, wouldn't you? It's the cracking, when they go, they wiggle your neck about, and you're just thinking, oh, this is lovely, and they They nearly rip your head off. It's off your shoulders. Oh dear. No, I love it when they're doing the massaging bit, you know, when they're massaging your neck and they're like pulling your neck up, aren't they? Pulling your neck up. And then just when they get you all, they go, but the second time you're waiting for it, aren't you? The first time they take you unawares and, you know, like, but the second time they do it, you're waiting, aren't you? You think, oh, they're going to do it in a minute, they're going to do it in a minute. So you tense up, so it hurts more the second side. Because the first side, you're all lulled into a false sense of security, aren't you, the first time they do it? The second time, you're waiting for that crack, aren't you? Thinking, they're going to do it in a minute, they're going to do it. And they you think you've been guillotined. Oh my goodness. When I went to the, that's what they call it, spa, I had this, I think she was Thai. She was either Thai or Filipino. And she gave me an all over, like a body massage, you know, even from my top of my head all the way down to my feet. Oh, God, it was lovely. Absolutely. You know, if you had money and you could go, I don't mean every week, but you could go once a month, you know. Oh, I've got white coat syndrome when they come near me with, they come near me for blood pressure or they come near me with a needle. I have white coat syndrome. I just go, ooh, my body goes in overdrive. That makes it worse because you have to take my blood pressure about 3 times, yeah. Get me to calm down. I'm not needle phobic if I don't look. Can you imagine when I had my hand on, he asked me, did I want to see? Want to watch? I went, no, I do not want to watch. The surgeon asked me, did I want to watch when I had my knee replaced? I went, no, thank you. I don't want to watch you cutting me bones. It was bad enough. It was like B&Q on the other side of the blue cloth. All the hammering and sewing, and it was like electric saw going. Would I want to look? No, thank you. Maybe some people do. Maybe they're sadists. They tried to send me for pain management. Concentrate on something else. Take your mind off it. Distract yourself. Really? Even Brad Pitt walking through the room naked would not have distracted me when I'm in pain. When you have absolutely excruciating, crippling pain in your back, I'm sorry, but you cannot distract yourself by crafting or reading or thinking of something nice. It doesn't work. No. I said to this one bloke, I said, trap something vital between a vice, pull it tight, and then try and talk yourself out of the fact it's hurting. Then you get the message. Yeah. Oh, I do things to distract myself, Yolanda. I do, yeah. I don't, I'm a tough little cookie. I don't take all my painkillers like I should. As long as it's not taking over my world like some days it is, when you cannot think about anything else except the pain you're in, then I give in and I take the painkillers. But most of the time, you just learn to live with it. I know it sounds, a lot of people would not be able to stand the pain I'm in, but whatever, yeah. I try not to take too many painkillers. I don't like the dulling feeling it gives you. The sort of muggy, I'm not quite with it feeling. By and large, like, I don't give into it. I'm like you, Chris. You don't give into it, do you? Does it do us any favours, though, being brave and brave little soldier and carrying on? Because when you don't, moan, complain, carry on, groan, people think you're not in pain. People don't have any sympathy for you because you're not going every 5 minutes. But it's just our way, innit? You just get on with it. We don't have something called Advil. We've probably got something similar with a different name, but we don't have anything called Advil. A lot of your drugs in America are a lot stronger than what they give us. They give us little pity-patty things, what I call pity-patty. They don't give us the real McCoy, the strong stuff. We don't get that over here. Ibuprofen, I can't take I do take it, which is naughty of me. But I'm not supposed to take it because it gives you stomach troubles, and I've already got hiatus hernia, but we won't go into that, and IBS. So we won't go into that. But I do take it. It does work, actually, on me much better than cocodamol, which is what they give me. Cocodamol doesn't even touch the sides, Still. Oh, do you know I could just go to sleep? If I nod off, can you let me know? You're not supposed to take it either. No, I'm not supposed to take it either. My mother used to take a drug called Distalgesic, and my goodness me, did that work. And that used to work for anything and everything. She used to give me a sheet when she got her prescription, with about 8 or 10 on it, a little sheet. And I used to take 2 of them when I was really bad, and my God, they used to work. My renovation's finished. Not doing anything at the moment. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, they don't like aspirin now, do they? They say it gives you stomach bleeds, don't they? Yeah, it changed from aspirin to paracetamol, or paracetamol, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Yeah, we used to have junior aspirin, little pink things when I was little. Cure everything, little pink things. Your mother used to give you little pink junior aspirin. Then, do you remember Disprin that used to dissolve in water? Oh, it was absolutely vile tasting stuff. When you couldn't swallow pills, yeah. Yeah, Disprin was a bit like that. It was like a Alka-Seltzer thing, and you used to put it in water and it used to fizz. Solpadeine was the same, yeah. Yeah, the little pink junior aspirins that they used to give you. Do you remember Thai rosettes that they used to give you when you had a sore throat? Yeah, Thai rosettes they were called. They were little. They were pink. You had to suck them for a sore throat. Oh God, Beecham's little liver pills. I can remember going away on holiday once in a caravan with my friend and her mum and dad and her auntie. And her auntie would keep giving us these blinking little liver pills at night. Keep you regular, keep you regular. We don't need them. We don't need them. We're only 15. We don't need to keep regular. Thank you, auntie. Vic inside your socks. When you had a bad cough and a sore throat, they used to put Vic on the underside of your feet and then make you put your socks on. Little liver pills. I think they were more like a laxative, weren't they? Do you remember that X-Lax chocolate when they used to give you a piece of that? Oh, yeah, if you hadn't been for a couple of days, they used to give you this little piece of X-Lax chocolate. Dark chocolate. It was really bitter. I can't remember if it ever worked. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Andrew's liver sauce. You can still get them. Ugh, they taste vile, don't they? You put them with water and they fizz. Ooh. Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub, yeah. You put it on the bottoms of your feet when you've got a cough. Obviously put your socks on, otherwise it goes all over the bedding. My ex-husband used to love Vic. He used to smother himself in it when he had a cold, on his front and on his back. He used to clear my nose even though I didn't have a cold and I was sleeping next to him. Oh, boy. Oh. I used to make him wear his pyjamas because it used to go all over the bed linen, all greasy stuff. Couldn't get it off the bed linen. Filistan, that was to build you up. It was like when you were feeling poorly. Filistan. It was vile. It was like a tonic or some description, yeah. Yeah, it was absolutely vile, that filler sound. Ugh. Things we used to have. I used to love Collis Brown's chlorodyne. They stopped. It was in a little teeny little brown bottle with a little syringe stopper, and you used to put it in water. And if you had stomachache or anything like that, it used to. But they had to stop it because it had like a form of morphine in it. Yeah. Yeah, Filosan. It's like a tonic, isn't it, for the over 40s, yeah. Yeah, kaolin and morphine was brilliant for your stomachs. But it used to separate into the kaolin and the morphine at the bottom. And they had to stop it because the drug addicts used to put a syringe right through to the morphine at the bottom and syringe it up and then inject it. So they had to stop. You can't buy kaolin and morphine anymore now. It's the same with Dr. Brown's Collis Brown's chlorodyne. You can't get that because of, I think that had morphine or something in it as well. But it was fantastic if you had a bad stomach. One little drop in water used to cure you. I mean, lots of the things that we used to have when we was, well, our parents used to have when we was kids, not us particularly. We used to cure all, didn't they? But people weren't addicted to it back in the day because they didn't have the money to buy it in the first place, did they? It was always in the medicine cabinet, wasn't it? But do you remember those Fennings little healer things, those powder things that you used to put in water and stir it up? Healing powders, they were called, or something. I don't know what it is. What they were. Your mother gave them away when you was a kid. Do you remember those brown lozenges? In fact, Tracy from Crochet Rocks was talking about them today. She was talking about a fisherman's friend. And then there was those like brown flat lozenges. I don't know whether they were chlorodyne or what they were. They used to burn your mouth when you ate them, didn't they? Victory V, yeah. Then this changed, didn't they, to the black gums, Victory V gums. But they weren't as the actual brown flat lozenges were. I used to love those Victory V. I like them better than Fisherman's Friend. I'm not that keen on Fisherman's Friend. I shouldn't say that living in Fleetwood, should I? But I'm not that keen on Fisherman's Friend. You bring someone Wednesday. What, after we've had our dinner? I bought my friend some licorice. Do you remember the licorice root that you used to chew and it went all yellow and woody? She was talking about it, and I managed to find some on Amazon and took her some the other week. I said, here's your licorice. It was like chew, 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 and it went all yellow and woody, didn't it, on the end? I opened it up and took one piece out to chew. My God. I said, I don't remember it being this hard unless its teeth. The teeth are worn out since. I gave it to her. I said, don't blame me if your teeth fall out. I said, they're so woody. I've only ever had the Turkish Delight made with the chocolate over it. I brought some Turkish Delight back from Turkey and it was horrible. I bought it. I like the one in a box, that comes with the sugar on it. I love that. But I brought some back from Turkey and it was absolutely awful. I don't know what they'd made it with, but it was awful, awful. But the ones in a box like that, you only get a few and it's all got icing sugar. They are so expensive. You only get about 12 pieces in. Big square things they are. Oh, and the pink and yellow and they're absolutely gorgeous. But I like the fries that just come in a little strip thing like that with chocolate all the way around them. I have to stop buying them because I just eat them. So I don't buy them. A lot of people don't like them because you're biting into this like jelly stuff, but I love them. It's very, very expensive if you buy the one in a box. I can't remember who makes it now. Might be Roses or something makes it. You get about 10 or 12 pieces, like about an inch square, and they're all covered in icing sugar. I bought some, might have been last Christmas I bought it. But I have to be careful, you see, because I'm not supposed to have sweets, am I, because being diabetic. I wish I had more willpower and I could eat them one piece and then just leave it, and then have another one piece a couple of days later. But no, Janet can't do that. If she likes it, she's going to eat the box. Give myself a sugar overload, yeah. Yeah, I buy the fries now and again, but I try not to because I do like them so much that I eat them too often. And, yeah. Dire consequences if you eat them too often, your blood sugar goes up. The fire's still just about in. I'm not putting any more wood on it though. Fries, Turkish Delight, from the fabulous East. It's the Sultan's favourite treat. It's fries, Turkish Delight. As if a sultan would be eating it, yeah. They all had this very glamorous lady, didn't they, wearing all these robes and things. Always dressed a bit like the Dance of the Seven Veils, wasn't she? As if women in the harem would dress like that anyway. They're probably wearing tracksuits and jumpsuits nowadays, aren't they? If there is such a thing as a harem these days. I don't know whether there still is. I think women are a bit more emancipated now, aren't they? They might have a few wives, but I don't think they'll be in the harem anymore. Yeah, the Carry On films are what I think of, yeah. And they're all dressed in their veils and stuff. Oh, I'm actually getting warm. I've not been warm all night, all day. I'm actually getting warm now. Ooh-wee. Yeah, it was always Sid James and all that going in the hair. It could be Carry On Up the Khyber, yeah. I've watched most of the Carry On films, but I get a bit muddled up with which one's which and stuff. Put it away now. Put it away, Jane. Put it away. In my nice bag. Can't remember where I got this bag from. Probably. Can't remember somebody sent it to me or I got it off not eBay, Etsy. I have a funny feeling somebody sent it me, but I can't remember who. It's got no name on it. It's not got a brand name or anything on it, so I don't know who it was, if anybody sent it me. Ooh, I'm getting hot now. Ooh. I bought a lot of bags off Etsy at one time. Cost me a fortune, they did. When I used to have some money to play with. Oh. Knitting clubs, yeah, they were fine. And mind you, Monday was a little bit sad because one of our ladies on the Monday knit club, her husband, he's 90, he passed away. So that was a little bit sad news. Obviously, she wasn't there. So the Wednesday ones were great, yeah, as usual. I went down the main road in all the weather to get to the one in the afternoon, and then I went to the evening one. Yeah, I mean, he was 90, I think. And he did have cancer, but he didn't. He just had a brain hemorrhage and just... Fortunately, I know you shouldn't say fortunately when somebody's passed away, but he didn't know anything about it, if you know what I mean. He had a massive brain hemorrhage and then that was it. So at least he kind of didn't suffer, if you know what I mean. If you can say that about anybody, that you're glad he didn't suffer. It sounds a horrible thing to say, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. I mean, he was there the week before, picking her up. He was still driving and everything. But last Monday, not this Monday just gone, the one before that, he didn't arrive to pick her up. So she'd phoned and didn't get an answer, so she phoned her neighbour. And her neighbour kind of went next door and found him. So they called the ambulance and that. But it was too late. So obviously she wasn't at knit club this Monday. Whether she'll be at knit club for a couple of weeks, I don't know. Probably not. Well, a bit of better news. My friend's little boy, well, big boy. Oh, she's 80 something. I think she's probably about 86 or something like that. He was 90, yeah. A friend's boy, well, it's not a little boy, he's what, about 13, 14. He had one of the fastest times on an e-cart, which used to be called go-kart, but now they're called e-cart. So he went on an e-cart on Wednesday. Having said that, Munchkin, she's very sprightly for her age. You wouldn't think she was that old. She's always nicely dressed with her hair done and everything, you know. You'd never think she was that old, if you know what I'm saying. There's two ladies that sit at the end. They're probably about a similar age, 80 something, 90, you know. And they're both very fit. Fitter than me, to be honest with you. I don't tend not to. They're both knitters. One of them, not the lady whose husband's died, the other lady, she makes those twiddle muffs, you know, for people with Alzheimer's. And the other lady makes most, oh, she does crochet, the other lady as well. She either knits or crochets absolutely gorgeous blankets. I think she does them for babies and things. And another lady there, she does the little baby cardigans and hats, you know, for the, well, they're not altogether prem babies, but you know, the mother and baby homes and things. They do that for them. And then another lady, she does lap blankets, you know, for some kind of a nursing home. They're always doing something. But the Wednesday afternoon, that's why I'm making these hats, because they're doing shoe boxes for somebody or other. I don't know who they're doing. I think it's for Christmas. So they wanted hats. So I thought, well, I'll use up some of my oddments and make a hat. I've got enough blue to make another hat. I've almost made another one. They're all coming out the same size, even though I'm trying to make them different sizes. Mine are all coming out the same size for some unknown reason. Yeah. My mum worked well into her 80s. She was 82 or 3 before she decided to retire from the wool shop. I mean, she was crippled with arthritis, my mother, but she still did a lot more than I ever will. Oh, I've got itchy skin now. I don't know what I've eaten that's made me itchy. Yeah, well, you know, I look okay, don't I? Well, she said, blowing her own trouble. You know, but people see me sort of in my scooter, they wonder why I'm in it. You know, I'm always getting old men like saying, what are you in that for? You know, you should be walking about. You know, I thought, we don't all look ill. You're supposed to look ill, aren't you? I've never got the hang of looking ill. You know, why are you in a mobility scooter? Because I can't flipping walk. Well, I can walk, but not far, if you know what I mean. So they always look at you as if you shouldn't be in it, you know. Why are you in that? What are you in that for? The best one I got was, you lot should stay at home where you belong. That was the best one I got told. I said, what do you want me to do? Chain myself to the sink? I said, I thought that went out with the Dark Ages. You lot should stay at home where you belong, he said. I don't know, Evan. I really wouldn't like to answer that question. Oh dear, he went. I'm not going into that. Holds a whole lot of can of worms, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, what you want, but don't ask me if it's all right. I don't know. How was I to know? I'm not a fashion expert. La, 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 la. What was the question? Was it all right for him to wear ladies' blue jeans? How do I know what that answer to that is, Nathan? Fancy asking me that question. Oh, no, I can't crochet. I thought I'd see if I could crochet again. But no, that is really hurting my hand. That's going to have to go. I thought maybe I could pick up the crochet again, but no, I can't. It goes like cramp all the way up there to my elbow. I mean, look at that. There's hardly anything there. Why is it so sore? I've got a lump there that wasn't there before. And it hurts like somebody's holding it tight. And if I move my hand, I get like cramp goes all the way down there, all the way to my elbow. And it hurts. When I get in bed, it hurts. I might be able to put ice on it, except any ice that we might have is in the garage, in the freezer. And I am not about to go out to the garage in the freezer. So it may be easier with ice. I don't have any Epsom salts, so we don't have such things as Epsom salts. I'm supposed to put E45 on it and rub it in a circular motion to stop a scar forming. The wrist brace, it actually rubs on it because it's got a metal piece in it. It really hurts. This hand never had a problem with it, but they did open it from there all the way down to there. Yeah, there's no follow-up appointment at all, Chris. They don't. All they said was, well, maybe I'll put the wrist brace on and hope it doesn't rub. No, they didn't. They just said, just wiggle your fingers. And my friend said, get a stress ball, that you do that with. Now that is hurting, actually. It's hurting the fingers, putting the brace on. I'll see what happens if I keep it straight. But the other hand, I had no problem with it at all. It never hurt me at all. It just, within about a week or so, I was using it again, and it was like I'd never had anything done. But this hand, for such a tiny little scar, it has been so sore. And I feel like a proper wimp. Because when you show it to somebody, they're like, oh, what is it, Yeah, I will do. If that lump doesn't go down. Yeah, I haven't got one on the other wrist. Well, I have a little tiny bit of a one, but not like on this hand. Got a real lump on this hand. So we'll see how it goes. It is only 3 weeks. Maybe I'm just being impatient. My clip is giving me a headache. It is constricted. I don't think he's opened it up enough. It still feels like it feels like the blood flow's not right because all those fingers are cold and they're like gone like prunes. If you can see them, you can't see it very much. They're like prunes. Oh, I've got a dirty fingernail. Dirty fingernail. least I've got fingernails on that hand. I haven't got any on that one. Hey, Gloria. Yeah, they've all gone. They broke off, and I can't get them to grow again. Whereas these are like talons. Or like two people's hands. The little one was growing a little bit, but then it broke off. I've got no fingernails on that hand. None at all. Oh, thank you, Gloria. You know me. I like me necklaces. Trev said he's sending me some, but they haven't arrived yet. He's probably forgot. But he had to go and look them out in his shed, so probably hasn't done it yet. I've got a lot of necklaces I need to sort, actually. They're still in a great big box in a lump. I sort them all out and put them in little bags and then put them in the colours. I've got like a drawer with red, a drawer with purple, you know. So I need to sort out the newest ones. They're still in a big box in a lump. So they need sorting into colours. No, Trev's not been on tonight. No, not heard from him tonight. He did say he had a couple of necklaces for me when he phoned me the other day. But he needs to look them up because they're in his shed. So he said he'd look them out at weekend. That was like last weekend, but obviously he's forgotten. You're not the only one, Val. I'm going like that. I'll see you on Wednesday, Val. Oh, bye, Munchkin. Bye. Yeah, we'll see if Alice is bleeping when she comes, Val. See if she brings her tablet and bleeps. Or her phone and bleeps. Oh, dearie me, I'm really, really tired. I don't know why. I didn't get up till about 10:30. I'm just sleeping all the time. I think I've got a sleepy sickness. Or I think my CPAP mask is leaking. I don't think it's working properly. I think it's blowing. So when it's not working properly, you don't get a tight seal. So therefore it's not, it's not stopping you from stopping breathing here. So I got a letter the other day saying you are having a telephone conversation about your CPAP machine. But it was from my old hospital. So I rang them up and said, no, I'm not with that hospital anymore. I haven't been for the last 3.5 years. So whether they'll still ring me or not, I don't know. I've cancelled it, so I think. But if they ring me, I'll be saying, well, I'm not with you anymore. For the last 3.5 years, I've been with Blackpool, not with Manchester. So I don't know. A bit strange, isn't it, that? But I did ring them to cancel it and say I'm not there anymore. Because the last time I went about the CPAP machine, they said, well, we'll get in touch with you in 12 months. Well, that was only about 3 months ago, so I wasn't expecting them to get a hold of me. All will become clear or not if they try to ring me on Thursday. Could be as clear as mud. Especially if I'm travelling down the seafront on a scooter. My replacement mask, they can't do it anymore because they don't stock it, so I have to buy one, and they're £100 and something, and I had to buy the last one. Now I think it's blowing on the hose pipe thing. I think there's a hole or something on the hose. I've got a spare hose actually under the bed somewhere. I've got one of those up and over beds. I've got a spare hose in there, I think. Yes, unfortunately, Blackpool Vic cannot supply me with the replacement mask, and that's the only mask that I can use. So it's hard bun, isn't it, if you can't use the mask they give you? I said to him, it's no good you giving me that, I can't use it. I said, it doesn't give me a good seal, it won't work. Oh, yeah, it will. I tried it. I did one night with it, and it was, I said, it's no use. Well, we can't do anything else. We can only give you that mask. You've had the other masks, and they don't work. This is the only mask that we can give you. I said, well, okay. So I had to go online on Amazon and pay £100 and something to buy a mask, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I think there might be a hole in the tubing. But it seems to be blowing up where the tubing fits into the mask, so I can't make my mind up whether that's the hole where the air's supposed to escape through, or whether, because you've got to have a vent, haven't you? Because if the air's blowing into your mask, it's got to come out somewhere. Otherwise, you'd just be blowing up, wouldn't you, like a balloon? So it's got to vent out somewhere. So I don't know whether this hole that I'm feeling it blowing is where it's venting out again. I don't know. Maybe I should look it up. I should look it up on YouTube or Google, do Dr. Google, and see where the vent is on my mask. I don't remember it blowing like that before, though. I've had this mask for years. Well, this type of mask for years. I used to be able to get it from Manchester, but I can't get it from Blackpool. Manchester's a much, much bigger department. Huge it is. All I got off Blackpool was, we've got a smaller budget than Manchester does. I thought, well, there's an awful lot more elderly people living in Fleetwood, Cleveland and Blackpool. You would think that, like law of averages, that there'd be more people using CPAP machines. So why is it a much smaller department? But Manchester is like a great huge corridor with rooms either side, and they've got cupboards and cupboards full of masks and stuff like that. But at Blackpool, they've got one tiny little wardrobe with the masks in. That's all they've got. No, they tried to tell me, Denise, that they don't have the contract with these ResMed people that I use. They don't have a contract with them. I don't understand, but they only have a contract with this other mask company who don't make the one I want. It's great, isn't it? You have to buy your own. Wonderful NHS. I said to him, don't bother giving me that. I said, it's no use. You're just wasting the money giving me that one because I can't use it. Well, we have to give you one. I said, well, just put it in the bag then and I'll bring it you back next time. Oh, we can't have it back because you could have used it. I went, I told you I'm not going to use it because it doesn't work. So I said, when you get it back, it'll be unused. Oh, we can't do that because we've given it to you, so we'll have to scrap it when it comes back. I thought, oh, carry on wasting money. Just waste money, why don't you? In fact, I think I gave it to my son. The one that they said I had to bring home. I think I gave it to my son because I never used it. Whether he could use it, I don't know. because he's still under Manchester. He still has to go all the way back to Manchester when he wants anything doing. I tell you, if I'd have had a car, I'd go back to Manchester. It was a much better department and they knew what they were doing. When they build the tram line, they've been doing it for 3.5 years yet, they haven't built it yet. When the tram line goes as far as Blackpool train station, I'll be able to get on the tram here, go to Blackpool train station, get on the train and go into Manchester. But at the moment, I have to get off in the middle of Blackpool and trundle along on my scooter till I get to Blackpool train station. My son says, oh, it's only a few yards. Not a few yards, it is if you're in a car. But it's quite a distance if I'm on a scooter to get to the train station, to get on a train to get to Manchester. But then they keep cancelling the blooming trains from Manchester back to Blackpool. So I'll be sitting there on the station waiting and waiting and waiting for a train. Especially with all these strikes and things, yeah. So I don't know. I'd be stuck trying to get a bus or something back to Blackpool to get home again. Oh. The last time my friend went to Manchester, she had to get a train to Preston and then get something from Preston into Blackpool. And then her husband had to pick her up. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning when she should have been back by 11. That's what would worry me, going to Manchester. It's not so much getting there, but coming back again. They cancel the trains. Mind you, maybe if I was coming back at tea time, maybe it would be better. I don't know. Maybe I've got a chance. Either way, take your coat, Janet. In case you sat on the train station for hours waiting for the train. It's all good fun, isn't it? I mean, my niece said she didn't mind coming and picking me up, but she's got a lot on. And it's a long way for her to come to pick me up, then take me back, and then come back again, and then take me back again. It's like 4 journeys for her. So I don't want her doing that. I'd rather get to Manchester under my own steam and meet her there, Have a coffee or something. Have lunch, have a look round the shops, and then come back again. That's what I would rather do. I don't like motorways anyway. I'd rather go on the train. I mean, she's a good driver, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather go on the train. The train gets you there in a lot less time, obviously, because it goes and gets you there. Well, it's getting late, so I'm going to be going to sleep in a minute. It's Sunday, I can have a lie-in tomorrow. I had a lie-in today, so it makes no odds, does it? If I want a lie-in, I'll have a lie-in. Oh, dear. Everybody's gone quiet. I think everybody else has disappeared as well. Last week, it just cut me off just before I was going to say goodbye. It just went, your internet has stopped. It just went and went. I thought, oh, blimey. I still haven't sorted out my YouTube monetization yet. My AdSense is not talking to my YouTube, and I can't find out why. So I'm earning nothing. So I am not one of these people who are earning hundreds for doing YouTubes. I get nothing really for doing my YouTube, so I give you the pleasure of my company for free. Because that's what I'm getting. Nothing. Well, I get a small amount of pittance about every 3 or 4 months. I am not earning so much a month like other people are. Why am I looking up at the sky? Why am I not looking in the camera? It's because I'm looking at myself on the monitor rather than looking into the camera. Otherwise, I'd have to stare at the little camera, which is rather boring. So, right, peoples, I am going to go to Betty Bo's now. So I will leave you all. I'm sure somebody else has got a live. If you're all raring to go and it's only tea time where you are, yeah. Oh, my Amazon wish list. I never put much on that except a book or something. Yeah. That's all I ever put on my wish list. And I don't have that coffee anymore. I think 2 people bought me a coffee last time I had that. Last of the big spenders. I think I got £6 for 2 coffees, yeah. But anyway, so thank you everybody for keeping me company. And I got some flowers sent to me by Christine. She sent me some flowers through Amazon she didn't send the flowers from America, but she sent them through. And they're actually still alive 2 weeks later, which is a miracle. Lovely little bunch of flowers. When they arrived, I was a bit dubious because they looked half dead. And I thought, oh dear, I'm not going to tell her that they're half dead. But then I put them in that stuff they give you, to revive them. And they're beautiful. They all bloomed. They were gorgeous. So it's a good job I waited a couple of days to take a photograph of them to show her, because I thought, oh my God, they're dead. The poor little roses with, but they all went ding, and raised their little heads up, and they came up beautiful. Yeah. So, right, I'm going to go now. Thank you all very much for your company, and I will speak to you. I don't know what super chat is, Denise. I wouldn't know where to go with that. You know me, technologically dumb. I'm not like Sheila and all them that know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what super chat is and all stuff like that. And as for turning on membership, I don't have anybody to. I don't have anything more to tell you than I do on a normal video. So I haven't got anything startling to tell you on a private video. I haven't got anything to tell you. So I don't know. I shall go to bed and think about it. Anyway, thank you all for your company, and hopefully I will see you all next week. Whether I make any videos, I don't know. I've actually got a crochet magazine that arrived this morning. Not a very thrilling magazine, I will openly admit it, but it is a crochet magazine that you might want to look at. You may not, but you might want to. So I shall bid you all farewell, and I shall speak to you all next week, if not before. Bye-bye.